I didn't know a whole lot about status and documentation and legal, you know, I had to research it. And so I've had to educate myself since we've been together.
And what have you learned?
It's hard. And the whole process is hard. You know, there's so many different venues that you could take, but it's almost like most of them have dead ends or they take years. We've chosen the one that we think would work the best for us, that would have most hopeful outcome. The scariest part is that he does have to go back to Mexico for the visa interview, and that could mean the 10-year bar. And that's going to be the hardest part, is having to decide, you know, we're already, you know, set up here. I have a job with insurance. We have a 2-year-old son together who's here and has insurance. He's already in a preschool where he's learning the alphabet, you know, and everything else, and to have to uproot everything and move down there to be with him or stay here and be without him for 10 years. You know, he's my husband. He's my son's father. I'm also an only child. Therefore, that's my parents' only grandson. And it would be really hard on them. I would have to find another job, leave all my friends, leave all of my family, and go to live in a foreign country just because they don't want to let him come back. I don't think about separating families. They think, oh, well, the whole family's undocumented, so we're just sending them all back. Right? They don't think about splitting people up when they do these things. He's hardworking. He pays his taxes. They think they're a drain on the society because they use up our Medicare, they use up our health system, they, you know, the food stamps and everything else. He can't get any of that. I mean, I understand that we need an immigration reform. What we have right now is a broken system. But, you know, I just feel like maybe for, especially the ones that have college degrees that are here studying to better themselves, there should be an exception for them. For the ones like my husband that are married to U.S. citizens, and that we can prove that it's a legitimate marriage, you know, it's not a farce. It's not. I think our son should be sufficient, you know, for that. You know, it was out of love. There should be some kind of exception for that, so that it's not, you know, a drain on the citizens as well. If he has to leave, there's a possibility my son will have to go back on Medicaid. There's a possibility I'll qualify for food stamps again, you know, and all these other things. I'll have to have help with childcare. And then I become a drain on the state again because they've deported my husband. Not to mention the cost it's taken for them to deport him if he were to get picked up before his visa. And then with him not getting it and having to stay there, I'm taking everything and moving to another country, which isn't going to benefit the United States or the state of Alabama at all. Thinking of it, you know, economically anyway. I'm going to have to be supported somehow if he can't be here. If they separate us, that's what it's going to come down to.